Hello everyone, happy Monday. It is June 15 and I'm here at the store today. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It was hot, but it was good. And I had a good time this weekend. We were able to go to a softball game for my husband's niece, which is kind of fun to see normal things starting up again. And I have a little story to tell about what happened to me there at the game. We were watching and I had to go to the bathroom, which I always do. And I went into the bathroom and there were two adorable little black girls in there. And we all finished and were washing our hands together. And they were maybe 3 and 6, 4 and 7. I don't know exactly what their ages were, but the older little girl looked at me while we were washing our hands and she said, did you see the crowd? And I said, yeah, there's a lot of people out there. And she looked at me and she said, are you racist? And I was taken aback, but I said, no, I'm not. And she said, do you love all people? I said, yes, I do. And she said, some people don't. And I said, I know, and that's very, very sad. And then they finished washing their hands and dried them off, and I held open the door and we all left. But that was kind of heartbreaking for me. Number one, that she would feel like I wasn't a safe person or not know that. Number two, that at such a young age, that's something that she's having to think about and process. It made me want to just take her and her little sister in a big hug and just love on them. It made me want to go find their parents and say, you have amazing little girls and I'm sorry that they have to deal with this. It's heartbreaking. And yeah, I still am kind of at a loss for emotionally what I was feeling about that, because that's something that my little girls that aren't so little anymore, but they would never have had to stop and ask that to somebody. And it was a foreign thing to me, but for her just to come out point blank and ask, are you racist? Yeah, that's crazy that a little 6 or 7-year-old is asking that. So anyway, that's just my my thought for the weekend. I don't know, my takeaway that this world is hard for people, and we don't know always how to respond. I hope she saw that I was a nice person and that I was kind to her. But I'm still praying about just the whole thing, and I hope you are too. This world there's people who are hurting, and whether or not we agree with everything, we cannot deny the hurt that people feel, and we cannot tell them they can't hurt. And our job is to love. We read the verses yesterday in church, from John 15. He says, my command is this, to love one another, period. And what happens after that is not of our concern. Our job is to love. And so anyway, I just encourage you to love today, no matter what. This is a little book called 180 Prayers of a Faithful Heart. And when I was flipping through and saw this one, I don't know how long ago this book was printed, but this prayer seemed appropriate. We are not forgotten. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. In a nation that has fallen away from you, where violence is prevalent and the economy is unstable, I understand a little bit more of the prayer that Habakkuk cried out when he felt like you had forgotten his people. How long, Lord, must I call for help, but you do not listen, or cry out to you, violence, but you do not save? Why do you make me look at injustice? Why do you tolerate wrongdoing? Destruction and violence are before me. There is strife and conflict abounds. Therefore the law is paralyzed and justice never prevails. I confess that I feel similar thoughts. I want to believe you haven't forgotten us, Lord. Please give me hope from your word. You were faithful to Habakkuk's people, and you kept your promises to him. Give me that same faith today, Lord. Your word tells me that you are the same, yesterday, today, and forever. I have seen you actively moving and changing the hearts and actions of people throughout my lifetime, and I trust that you are still in control of all that is happening in our nation. I pray for the leaders of our nation that they would turn their hearts toward you and not lean on their own understanding. Help us as a country to acknowledge you in all of our ways so that you will make our paths straight. Let's pray for our leaders, not just of our country, of our state, of our county, of our city, of our world. Pray for them to have wisdom and discernment. These are tough times, and not that the world hasn't seen tough times before, but they need prayer, they need wisdom, and just pray for our own hearts that we will respond with grace and love and truth in all of this. And just be thankful that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He has not forgotten our country. He has not forgotten us. He is still with us. And let's watch it and see how he will be at work. Have a great day.